Today we're talking about that it factor. What do the fighters have in the world that are exceptional? Those people who have won boxing world titles for IBF, WBA, things like that, UFC titles, Glory titles, ONE FC titles, Bellator titles. What do they have that is giving them that extra edge? Because, and this is the interesting part, even somebody like myself, I have gone to the gym many times and sparred with people who have, 10 fights, but their record is like 7-3 or something like that. And I don't feel like they're way down here in skill level compared to me. They're right up there. Like, they're good and they can challenge me. And I've seen high level fighters, UFC champions, struggle in sparring against people that I have no idea who they are. So what is the difference between the world champions and these other people who are in the gym who are pretty good? Or even somebody like yourself, maybe you've sparred somebody who is a very good fighter and you're like, they're not that much better than me. But what do they have that allows them to succeed at the highest level that you might not have? I want to let you know that my offense course, Strike Ready Assault, is now available for pre-sale. Right now we have early bird saving 40% off. This course is going to be fantastic, just like my defense one. Link down below. Look forward to seeing you guys in the live calls. That it factor. So what is the difference between the world champions and these other people who are in the gym who are pretty good? Well, the very first thing is going to be the desire. That's an easy one, right? They have a desire. If you don't have the desire to push yourself to the limit, you're never going to accomplish those big things. And not everybody has that. Not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants that stress, that commitment which comes. But if you don't have it, I don't see you getting to the top. If you're kind of enter fighting and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to see how it goes. I'll train 70-80%. It's not enough. Because there are other people out there training 100%. Even if they're not as good as you, they're going to, with hard work, but not talent, be able to defeat you. So the desire is one of the very first things of the it factor. The next element is something which is very interesting, and I don't have an answer for how to develop this necessarily. I have some theories, which I'll touch on, but it's that ability to perform at your highest level when you're fighting. So if this is your gym level, in the gym, you're like a 10 out of 10. You know you're performing so darn well. You're like, I can't be any better than this. This is me at my top level. But then you go into fight and this happens. And you're performing way down here. And everybody's like, what happened? They see you fight, they see the drop, and they're like, that's not who you are. We've sparred you in the gym, you're up here. I would say for the most part that if we were to give this guy a 10 out of 10, most world champions are still performing at an 8, a 9, or a 10. They're not dropping a lot, but there are many people, and I've seen them before, people who've competed in Glory, who've competed in UFC, who I've trained with, who get into these big promotions. They have the skill level, they have the potential, but when they get in there and the lights are on them and the pressure's on them, their skill level drops to like a 6 or below. They're not able to even perform close to what they are able to do in the gym. And that's that element of the it factor, which is very hard to teach. And I know some people talk to sports psychologists in hopes of upping their skill level when they compete. A lot of different people have asked me, what would you suggest? And I basically go, my one suggestion is try and recreate the fight. Make it as normal as possible. If you fight 3 times a year and you're struggling when you get in for some reason, start having like little smoker / sparring sessions at the gym where you get a big crowd. You get like 100 members who come in to watch you do your 5-6 rounds of sparring, and have like a camera dude there and have a ref in there with you, go through your warm-up procedure, like make the whole thing almost a fight. Obviously you're not gonna fight or spar like it's a fight, but you're gonna get in there and treat everything else like it is. And hopefully that will help get you comfortable so that when you do get into fight, you're like, yeah, okay, now I'm performing a little better. But that decline, that hurts most people so much. A big, massive element of having that ability to become a world champion is how tough are you, right? How many world champions do you see that get tagged and just crumble, or get low kicked 5 or 6 times and give up. There's a big difference between somebody who's very good in the gym when you're play sparring and fighting for real. You get to really see, do they have that ability to crash through pain, to get back up when they've been hurt, to smash shins and not let it affect you. Anybody who thinks they're really good, they're like, oh man, if I had just tried, I could have been a UFC champion, like I'm the best in my gym. Well, that might be true. You might be very darn good in your gym. But if you have not been tested in the ring with your durability, with the shin pads off, taking a massive shot, seeing how you bounce back, the pain and the resilience, it's something that I'm gonna say in general can't really be taught. Now you might go, well, of course we get better when we're at the gym, but I have seen people throughout the years who go through the same sparring sessions as me, the same power, taking shots as me, and they'll drop and they'll give up so much faster. So you can't say that, oh, you know what, it's just a matter of standing there and putting your hands up and having people hit you in the stomach, because I've done the same as them and they can't withstand it the way that I can. The jaw, that's even a harder one to train, right? The body and the legs, you can train that to a certain extent. The head, you don't want to be, standing there being like, oh yeah, hit me 10 times so I can get tougher. It doesn't work like that. You either have some durability or you don't. So these fighters who are in the gym who think, yeah, I'm really darn good. Well, that's great. Like I said, you are good, but do you have that it factor in terms of durability, toughness, resilience to be a world champion? You don't know until you try. So those are 3 things that I just wanted to run by you. I wanted to throw your way and just give you an idea of, it's not always just great technique, great cardio, putting in the hours for training. There's these other elements which are a little bit less tangible, a little bit more difficult to create, and some people have it and some people don't. And if you're not wanting to be a world champion anyway, who cares? But maybe this will just enlighten you a little bit on what it takes to be a champion, and those people out there who are really gunning for it, pay attention to these things and really try to be aware of making little shifts so that you have your bases covered in this area, because without these, it's just not gonna happen. That is my humble opinion. It's just not gonna happen without these factors.